share the link to this. Gotta find a better solution. Using the hand. Listen, you gotta clickbait somehow. Let me post this one other place. Okay. All right. So I kind of want to turn this into a video afterwards. So I'm gonna go over a little bit. Okay, so Glup Shitto. I want to be clear about my definition of a Glup Shitto. Glup Shittos are... See, CoD Zombies is just full of Glup Shittos. I feel like half the characters are Glup Shittos. Glup Shittos are characters that are not necessarily important to the lore. They may have a speaking line. They may have no speaking line sometimes. They're just like characters that or like things that like one or two people sometimes. Some of these have got more popular over time, and that's why I have this tier here. This is Ascended. The ones that I personally like the most will go in S. But Ascended are Glup Shittos that happen to, Treyarch essentially ascended them because they wanted to. Peter McCain, well, no, actually not Peter McCain. Cornelius Purnell. If you ask someone on the street who Cornelius Purnell is, they probably wouldn't know. They probably know Avogadro. They played Transit, but like he was obscure. He was a Glup Shitto, but they made him into essentially a main antagonist in a lot of Black Ops 4. He's Ascended. That's an example of an Ascended. Pavel Gorky's not Ascended, I can assure you. We'll see. Okay, also, this is not exhaustive, because obviously I could not recall every single Glup Shitto and Zombies all at once in one day. And also, there are some that I just didn't include, because it's like they get one mention, and it's like, it's just not as interesting. I just want to do ones that were interesting or funny to me. So we're gonna start Sophia. Sophia is an ascended. Sophia was like basically just a one-off. It's just Max. It's someone from Maxis to dictate a letter to, and then suddenly she became in Black Ops 1 like this like someone that Maxis was like interested in romantically for some reason. He was like being really creepy and weird about it in the terminal. Uh, so, and the thing with Sophia and Maxis's relationship is it seemed kind of weird, like he was like cheating on his wife almost, because clearly Samantha would have a mother presumably, but it seemed like in the timeline they went out of their way to say that she died in child giving birth to Samantha for the sake of Maxis not cheating on his wife. I don't know if that's explicitly why they did that, but it feels like it. It feels like because previously it seemed like Samantha's mother was alive. Which is so strange. It says it always felt like having an account on the jury server was originally going to lead to something. Yeah, probably. I wonder if they would have gone more into them, like, is it with the campaign part of the terminal, they had like back and forth messages between some characters, like one character cheating on his wife. I wonder if there would have been like messages between them, or like maybe we'd get more info about her taking care of Samantha or something. I don't know. I don't really know what that would have been. But yeah, anyway, Sophia obviously became a robot in the one timeline and became really, really important to the end game of Black Ops 3. So like she's basically like the key to us saving, saving the multiverse, quote unquote, but completing with the cycle essentially in Revelations. Kate, you're jumping too far ahead. You can't look at that yet. You can't look at that yet. Okay, but Sophia's ascended. Stanley Ferguson. He was, he's got a son named Tommy. That's all about we know about him. He's just an average night guard, but unfortunately he does get killed by the Weasel in their little trick to get out of prison. Actually, I don't know if Ferguson. Wait, no, wait, I'm wrong. No, because he lives. That's just part of like the fake hell dimension. I guess the warden just made like a fake Ferguson just for that, because we find out that the real Ferguson actually lives, and he was like, he gave an interview to the reporter about the events of before Mob of the Dead, so he's alive. He his boy Tommy's still got a dad. Weird that they brought him back like in the ciphers in Black Ops 4, saying he was working with Richtofen in the Illuminati. It's kind of weird. So he's dad. He's a guard. He's also cooperating with the Illuminati and Richtofen. Interesting guy. I want to know more about him. I think he's a solid A tier Glup Shitto. Because like a lot of people know him. He's part of the mob cutscene, which is like iconic. And like everyone remembers, my boy Tommy. Yeah, the thing with his son named Tommy. And then he's come back in some pretty important points, like in Shadows and stuff like that. So A tier. Cornelius Purnell, obviously ascended, the quintessential ascended. He's probably going to be at the top because he was literally just like the first like non-character, like non-playable character that's just like dumping exposition in a radio. I don't even think we know his name yet. We didn't find out till way later. But he was just like a nothing character pretty much. And then Avogadro is just a random boss in transit that I don't think they even had an explanation for. He's just made of pure energy. They decided, what if they were the same? And what if Purnell was an actual character? And so they completely just he literally ascended. He wanted to be like Richtofen. He wanted to enter the ether. I think he's kind of corny, but I kind of love it. I like. Wait, Kate, you're saying that? Oh, his name was dropped on terminals. Okay, yeah. I think you're right. Even then, we don't really know. We didn't know anything. He's just the handler of Peter McCain, and Peter McCain we didn't really know anything about. Yeah, I kind of love him. I love how corny he is. I find his like mentality in like creating Broken Arrow and like this stuff about his dreams and like wanting to reach the ether. I find it really interesting because you can kind of extrapolate that Richtofen also had very similar ideas. I think there's a lot of parallels between them. So I think they did a lot of interesting things with him. I also think one of Tom Kane's best performances. Really good. I like it. I like the accent he puts on. Yeah, Wolf King. This is just like he's just an aura farming guy, purely just full of aura. The painting. Let me just pull up the Wolf King. Wolf King zombies. Look at this man. Got these two wolves just sitting on his throne. I don't know what nationality he is, but he fought the Apothicons, and I think it's implied. Like, yeah, he lives past the whole Great War. He survives this whole thing fighting with Primus. And they tell him to build this castle. He's just like, all right, you guys are so cool. I will just build this castle. It's really important to the timeline. Then he dies valiantly in battle. I'm assuming. So Wolf King, Aura Farmer. We're putting him in A tier. Austrian, I guess Austrian German. I was never really clear on. Yeah, anyway. Pablo Marinus. I find him really interesting because his name. I feel like the intention originally he was not gonna be like the version of him that's in 1945 was probably not named Pablo Marinus. I feel like, but the timeline kind of confirms that it is. Like, I feel like he was supposed to be just a Mexican spy that was captured and started having these memories. Because now we have the situation of, so he was in the Great War, but he was also in World War II. And that happens every iteration of the timeline. I don't know how he gets sent to the Great War, or if it's like he's just in two. I don't know. I don't think there's a solid explanation still. There's a little weirdness there, but I mean he's obviously ascended because he's just the spy with the funny spleen joke. Richtofen loses the spleen or whatever. The monkey steals the spleen, and then he became like literally the key to breaking the cycle. He helped break the cycle. So obviously ascended up there. Didn't we only learn his name to the old? It was I believe the Richtofen journals, because I think it mentions the journal of Pablo Marinus, referring to like the Great War version. Wasn't it like he? I could probably ups to this journal. That's his diary. Maybe it's a Richtofen one. Okay. I think it's Richtofen diary. I don't know how we would find it, but I do know what you're talking about. Anyway, obviously, Ascended, really, really good one. Um, the Warden slash Brutus slash Archibald. The only reason we know his name is probably Archibald is because when the Shadow Man talks to him, he like he says his name, but it's like it's not bleeped out, but it's like obscured with like static, I think, something like that. But if you go into the files and actually listen to the file, he says Archibald. So, this guy's a fucking creep, man. Total maniac. He's the reason for all the satanic imagery. He's just really obsessed with going to hell. Fully obsessed with Satanism. Does not realize he's talking to some eldritch being that has nothing to do with Christianity. Well, he might, because the whole thing with the Edward Kelly and John Dee. But regardless, yeah, he's just being manipulated into creating this pocket dimension, essentially creating the trap for Richtofen, setting things in motion. He's pretty important. He's kind of almost not a Glup Shitto, just barely not, because he's an antagonist of 2 maps, Mob and Blood. But I feel like because he has basically no presence outside of them, that kind of makes him a Glup Shitto. I think in terms of like as a Glup Shitto, he's kind of low, like almost C tier, but I do find him entertaining at least. I'll put him in B. That might be. I don't know how controversial that is. He's in the Illuminati. He definitely knows what he's doing. Wait, you talking about the Warden? Because the Warden is not. I think he's explicitly not part of the Illuminati. At least he's like not really affiliated with them at all. Let me see if I can find the radios, because I remember him being like, this damn Illuminati, they're making me, do all this. They're basically taking over my prison, out from under me. Let's see. Blood of the Dead radios. Yeah, the work will continue with or without the damn Illuminati. Like, he's all about the Satanism and like the dark rituals and shit. The Illuminati just doesn't really care. It doesn't really have anything to do with it. They're scheming. Okay, I guess it's implied he was like at least part of it, working with them. But at this point, he's like fully against it. He's talking about working. Yeah, okay. He is associated with it, but he's definitely not aligned with them anymore. And I guess bringing the Illuminati back, he's part of that, bringing that back to the story, which is cool. But yeah, I don't know. He just doesn't have the aura, and also I don't know. Not for me. Arthur, we see him enjoying snack, a little treat. He's a pretty quintessential Glup Shitto, because he's just some guy, this giant guy unburied. Like, he just helps open up the map. He's just like a gameplay element, and for some reason, just because of the painting on Der Eisendraht. I have it here. It's just a painting that it's just a lady mourning the Wolf King. This it's a lady mourning the Wolf King. You can see a little ring on her finger, but and she's in like a dress. But when you look at it, it does look like overalls. Why are there overalls in this era? Why would it be overalls? But it is. But they canonized it in the timeline that this is the guy from Buried, and his name is Arthur, and they invented overalls, and that's what he always wore, and that's just how it is. So we just have to accept that. I feel like that's just some Classic Blundell shit right there. So I kind of love him for that. I think he's just also just a sweet guy, very pleasant guy. Sam in the chat. Do you have mustard I can borrow for the barbecue I'm hosting? No, I don't like mustard. I just barely started liking mayonnaise like a month ago. Mustard, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think that's out of the question. I like honey mustard. I don't have any. I think I have some Dijon. You want some of that? But yeah, no mustard. Sorry about that. Anyway, Arthur S tier easily. I think he's just like if you ask people, you know, oh, do you remember Arthur? Arthur, I love Arthur. People like, what are you talking about? They might, you know, if you said Leroy, they might get it. I remember calling him Leroy. I think that's I don't like it anymore personally. I think Arthur is kind of dumb. The whole concept is dumb, but I like him and I like Arthur. And it is pretty sad. I think there's a grave for him in the buried iteration in Blackout. But he eventually passes on, and that's very sad, I think. So we had to pay his respects. We had to put him in S. You've never seen a lady in that picture. Come on, Kate. Okay. Let's zoom in. This strap, that does not look like an overall strap. If you zoom in this close, you can see like it looks more like fabric. It's not denim. I will admit the arms kind of look more like almost toned. They don't look like thinner. I don't know. It's just really unfortunate because I bet it's just probably not what the artist was going for at all. It's just really funny. It's just one of those things. I think that also adds to his like Glup Shitto like status. Next, I'm going to do the Flesh. Just the Flesh as a whole. They have like a leader that talks in one of the radios. I find them interesting. I wish that they really went more into the Broken Earth stuff in Black Ops 2. Like all the zombies, like the post-apocalypse essentially. I was never really into the idea of like turning zombies into like just another Walking Dead type thing. It's like post-apocalypse. I liked the more conspiracy, like historical stuff, but the Flesh is like this almost cult that consumes the Flesh so that they can hear Richthofen's voice in their head. That's really interesting, and I like the idea of them conflicting with the Maxis followers that listen to him through technology. I just think they needed more development. I'd say B. They have if they had like a name of a leader that was really good, I think that might elevate them. And if they had more follow up, essentially, but they just kind of don't follow up on it. And I feel like Stillinger being part of it was also never really. They didn't do enough with that. Even in TOG, I feel like they could have had like him kind of revealing it to somebody, but they just don't. It just feels kind of, you know, undercooked idea. Shit, Cade, I should have put Jackass Flats in here as a joke. I'm sad that I did not. That was a good callback. The Reporter. We talked about this last night. We were talking about Glup Shittos. The Reporter is an S tier. He doesn't have a name. He's just the Reporter. I love that he is across multiple timelines, essentially just being a goon in the old-fashioned sense of the word for the Shadow Man. The Shadow Man's this guy named Mr. Rapt. He just pays him a lot of money across every universe to just get him rare artifacts. I don't know what the Shadow Man like. Does the Shadow Man have a specific plan in mind, or is he just like, get all these artifacts? I might do some stuff. I don't really know, because obviously he has a plan in the Shadows universe. You know, he puts the summoning key in the place it needs to be for the cycle to continue, right? But why does he want this stuff? I guess him, the reporter arriving in the Siberian facility in the original timeline, is sort of what makes Richtofen reconsider how important the Vril vessel is, which is pretty important to him making the shard, which is literally, a foundation of the story. But it just seems so funny to me. And also, he just does not care that he's gonna die. Really, he gets captured. He's like, "You're gonna regret it if you kill me." He's like, "I don't, it doesn't really matter. The Shadow Man told me, I got, multiple versions of me across the multiverse." Also, he calls him directly the Shadow Man, which always kind of bothered me because I feel like, he knew him as Mr. Rapt. He knew him as a human in Shadows. So why does this version of him he's like, oh, he just knows he's this multi-dimensional being, and he's just told him, that he can exist across the multiverse. Very weird. But I find his accent and his demeanor very, very fun. So easy S tier for me. Good Glup Shitto. I love that he came back in Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4 was great for Glup Shittos. New and old. And then the Vril Egg. This one is probably debatable if it's even a character. When you listen to the sounds it makes when it moves, it has it does sound like speech. So I consider it almost a creature. I just find it interesting, the lore implications that the Keepers or the Apothicons made this living orb that can interface with NPD, and that Richtofen interacted with. I feel like they could have done some more lore stuff with it. I'm just gonna put it mid B tier, above the flesh. Okay, Viktor Reznov. Now he has a lot of stuff going on in Gorod Krovi. He's basically the reason that the Russians have all this stolen technology from Group 935. We get a cipher explaining that, and also we got some leaked documents about Gorod Krovi suggesting he along with some other famous characters from Russian characters like Petrenko and Sergei were the graves, that one grave where you do I think the monkey bomb upgrade or something. That is Reznov's grave. I just find it really interesting that he has such a major part in the build up to Gorod Krovi. And also, can we? The steps, the origin steps are there's writing on the wall all the way back at Noct. Ascend from darkness. I want to know who came up with them first. Is it are those steps just these things echoing in the ether, and that's how Samantha knows them? But how would Reznov know them? Or did the ether get them from Reznov? I don't know. I find that really interesting to think about. I don't want it to just be a coincidence. I like the idea that Reznov is just so full of aura that he's just that well known. Oh yeah, Kate, I was gonna bring that up. Yeah, that Reznov's father actually wrote the theme for Revelations. What plays when you first load in. I find that really interesting. So I'm gonna. He's an easy 8. He's an A tier. Yeah, sure. Eddie. Oof. Missed. I don't want to say missed potential because he's there's a version of Eddie that's a little kid that Primus Richtofen kills, puts his soul in the summoning key, sends it to the house. And I say he's a little annoying shit in that one, in the Origins cutscene. He just doesn't really have any impact on the Ether storyline. Now, obviously, he travels in the new universe and is really important in Cold War. And in Black Ops 6. Now, I hate what they did with him. I think it's downright criminal. Even at the start, I don't even think it was like. I just don't like him being a villain again. I think he just did heinous shit from the start. I just think all around he just was just kind of a failure of a character. I don't know. I guess he almost feels like he was just like in the end of TOG because they kind of had to have him there. Like just the way that they had set things up in the timeline, that he was already in the house with Sam, and Maxis wouldn't just leave him there, so he wanted to send him with Samantha, and so he's just sort of tagging along. And I don't whatever. Girls don't know enough about zombies, clearly. All right, talking severed hands. Okay, so listen. This is some classic Blundell. Some interview he was like, someone asked him if these severed hands under Eisendrach were Takiyo's because they share the same model as Takiyo's hands, and he said yes. He passes on so many valid questions, but this he's like, yeah. Like, why? It's trolling, but it's like, okay, now there's a Takiyo if it was for some reason after Eisendrach and was trying to climb up on this thing, and I guess his hands froze and fell off. I don't know what the explanation is. I really don't. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. It's just ridiculous. Takiyo severed hands. I think I find the trolling entertaining, but at the same time, it really doesn't add anything. It's more of just like a funny aside that you can just brush off because there's no like satisfying way you can tie it to something, explain something. So I'm gonna put it with A. No, I'm gonna put it in F. No. It's funny, so I'll put it in D. It goes there. Okay, Cade, hold on. Let me get Cade in here for this. Cade, just call me. To the two of us. Give me one moment. I'm gonna turn on a fan in here. Hopefully it doesn't pick up. It is so hot. Hello, Kate. All right. Continuing the stream. Welcome, Kate. Okay, when I was coming up with these, I was making the list. I was looking through like images in my folder of random images to think of ideas, and I get to, where is it? Severed Takiyo hands.
I'm sure Blundell did an interview about it because I don't remember.
I need to find it. This might be Mandela effect or something. I need to find it. But I swear to God, he confirmed. He confirms it. That these are severed Takiyo hands. Okay, I'm streaming for you just so you can be up to date. Okay. Or Space Dog.
Ascended.
No. Okay, no. Ascended is specifically for it has an impact on the story. Like they had no impact, and then they became like really key to the story. Space Dog.
So gotta be an S then. Like,
yeah. Okay. He is like a Space Dog is like a Glup Shitto. Not in so much as like a character sense, but more in like a.
I call Space Dog a schizo shitto.
Yeah, because it was willed into existence.
Because MC Sport Talk was literally just making shit up.
Right. It was a non-existent Glup Shitto, a fictional Glup Shitto that was brought into existence, and I find that that's such power to have that much Glup Shitto status.
I for the Space Dog when I was a kid.
Oh my God. I'm sure so many did, and they
I
believed.
did my fucking best.
They believed. Okay, premise from the giant radios. I was thinking like, you know, there's the Dempsey that's like, yeah, don't go near the beacon or your hair will fall out. The Nikolai talking about all the Richtovans they killed, like, and I'm assuming these are related to the ones in that Die Rise comic loading screen, so that's why I had the image for that.
You've been
I
keeping
just
up with Gaming Revolution videos, haven't you?
Yeah, that's why they were on my mind, and like I still don't really even understand what they're about. I think they could have done something with them. Um,
They
I,
definitely planned to.
it's just the fact that they abandoned it and did not come back to it that bothers me. It's not
Yeah.
even brought up in the timeline, which to me is a big red flag. Um, so I think these are like abandoned Glup Shittos. These are Glup Shittos that need to be put up for adoption. So they're going in C, unfortunately. I think they could be elevated with some head canons and some fan theories, but it's just incomplete. Three-legged dog. Personally, what are your opinion on those?
I God. Anytime I think about the giant radios, I tune out. Like there's so much shit for this story that I can give a lot of passes, but that one, even I've tried to wrap my head around it for years. I really don't understand what they were cooking.
I don't either. I really don't. I would like to know. I would like to just resolve it, just because. But it's crazy. But even with the leaked documents, we still don't
Yeah,
know.
that's the thing. I was gonna say I really expected like the leaked documents to shed something
I
on it, but
just I need
that just
Blundell.
didn't happen.
I know Blundell's not going to do it, so I guess I'm going to need Craig Houston to just say something. Like, for the love of God. Um, but yeah, they're in C tier because abandoned storyline. Rushmore. I fucking love Rushmore.
Rushmore is the fucking greatest.
He shows up on one map. Is just the best character. Never shows up again. Doesn't elaborate. Really important to the end of the story and the breaking of the cycle. Um, I'm feeling kind of biased. I kind of want to go S tier. I just
I
I
think he belongs in S tier.
Yeah, I love his personality. I also love that he's played by John Delancey uh, of Q from Star Trek fame. He he's such a dick, but he's just so devoted. The United States of America, ideals of Broken Arrow. He doesn't it doesn't do like the AI gone rogue and like you would think, oh, he's been abandoned for so long, he's gone crazy.
Yeah, no, he's so committed to the cause.
He's so committed, so well coded, and I'm surprised they didn't like say like, oh, his personality is based off like a doctor that worked at the facility, or like he's based off of some historical figure. They never really did that. I wonder if he is. That would be interesting. But yeah, we don't really know much about his backstory. He just kind of shows up and Aura farms.
I personally like the idea that he is just his own thing.
Someone just typed in some patriotic shit into a computer, and this is what came out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. He definitely adds a lot to Alpha Omega. Okay, Matryoshka dolls. I was debating on including this one. The thing is, the dolls talk, and I don't know.
It's like the Kino portraits, but for Ascension, honestly.
You know, and like I was thinking of how funny the idea would be that Samantha, he hates Ultimus so much that she hates Ultimus so much that she pulls. There's a universe out there where everyone is a doll like this, and she pulled them out just to make them into explosives that get blown up over and over. I find that really funny. So that's purely why. Also, they just talk. They serve their purpose. I think they don't need to be characters. They don't need to be more. They can just be funny little Easter eggs, funny little Glup Shittos. Glup Shittos don't always have to have a purpose. They can just be funny. That's why I think they go B.
Saburo Masaki.
Saburo Masaki. This one got elevated recently, not even because of
It did. That it
yeah,
did.
not even because of what any Treyarch tried to do. It's just so his name is on Takio's sword. I'm pretty sure that's. I don't know if like some leak came out beforehand where people were bringing up that name. It wouldn't surprise me if like fucking Play the Game was like leaking something about a Saburo Masaki because he saw like the Origins documents or something. I don't know.
See what the way I remember it is. This might be another fucking a Mandela effect, like Blundell interview. But what I remember is, I think it was Waffles asked him about Saburo Masaki, and Blundell just did his famous pass.
That's pretty funny. Uh, so I think that originally came from. I think it's just because Takio's sword it has writing on it, at least in
an heirloom.
Yeah, it's presumably an heirloom, and it says Saburo Masaki in Japanese. So that's presumably people just like it's his dad or his some other ancestor, whatever.
As far as I'm concerned, those leaked documents to me are still gospel in some fashion.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, the leaked documents say that Origins was originally going to be the father's, yeah, and one of them was Saburo Masaki. So that's where the name came from. Clearly, they liked it so much they canonized it with the katana. So that to me is a supporting, that a lot of that is canon. So I think Saburo, he's so obscure, most people don't get him. I think that makes him great. Glup Shitto, just iconic, in his own right. Even though we don't know what he looks like. He's on the sword, and then and the sword itself is iconic. So he's the father of Takio Masaki, a main player. So S tier. The Apothecon Servant. This one's also kind of barely a character or a Glup Shitto.
No, I count it. I count it because in Shadows of Evil, there's 4 different Apothecon Servants for the 4 different characters. And the servant does have speaking lines.
Well, yeah, it does have speaking lines. I may have included it because I remember in the leaked documents for Black Ops 3, they described how they were gonna like have it have like its own personality, and like there was different versions that would it would interact with the player, and they'd have, I think they would like have genders and they would mate or something. It was weird, the ideas they had, but they wanted to make them more human-like. And I almost wanted to include also the Wonderwaff DG2 because it also, if you listen to it like it has like the sound effects it makes when you get kills. The names of the files are like satisfied or like stuff like that. Like the little whirs and buzzes that it makes are supposed to have like, they have like personality, like emotions tied to them. Like it's supposed to be like satisfied, like you're feeding it almost. Which
I never knew that actually.
Yeah, it's that's a pretty obscure thing. I wasn't sure to include that, like if you can say, but yeah, that's an interesting effect. The servant, I wish they kind of did more to give it some personality.
I think C for final product, but if we got anything that they said in like the documents, it'd probably be like S tier, honestly.
Yeah, I agree. If its only emotion really is the pain of you shoving your hand in its ass. So, Ari says that you're quiet. Here, I'm gonna turn you up a little bit. All right, let me know if it's better. Okay. The 2 angels. This gets mentioned twice. That's why it's so specific. 2 angels. Because Purnell has a dream where his mother I think she dies and gets taken away by 2 angels. And then Jebediah Brown gets told by 2 angels to create the Pack-a-Punch machine and the Vril vessel and all that. We don't know who the 2 angels are. They're probably keepers. But why specifically 2? I don't know. I don't know what they're going for with that. I wish maybe it probably would have been expanded more if we got the full season.
I personally think Monty's Shadow Man.
It's like I kind of get that.
They're both telling him different things.
But why? But it sounds like they're together. That's what I don't get. And it's like if we go with like the John D. Edward Kelly theory, they shouldn't be together. Like they should have been already kind of opposed to each other by the time that they're like ascended to keeper status. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. I wish we got more. I think they're just not developed enough. I think that's gonna have to go into D.
Now that I think of it, probably some of. I think the two angels are probably one of the oldest Glup Shittos here, technically speaking.
Well, wait, why do you say that?
Because of the original Pack-a-Punch jingle that
Well,
wasn't.
that means Jeb Brown is.
No, he's talking about the two angels in the song too.
Does he? Okay.
The
Oh,
angels
you're
came
right.
down to old Jeb and told
You
him
are
what to
so
do.
right. You are so right. That brings them up at least a C. That makes them a little more disappointing, though, also.
Yeah.
Because. Who are the angels? Who the fuck?
Who fucking knows?
Why
man?
two? Why two? I don't know. That'll keep me up at night, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
One-armed Dempsey. This is another.
I love this. I love this.
This is another on the level of Takiya's severed hands, but it's from Monty himself.
Dr. Monty.
Yeah. So there's a universe where everyone has one arm, and the Dempsey there is also like a push-up champ or something.
Yeah.
No need to elaborate. It's just there's a universe with one-armed people. I'm gonna put it above Takiya's severed hands just because it comes from Monty himself, and it's like, okay, I can foresee, I can understand. It's another universe, whatever. The severed hands thing, I don't know why he's in Durazandrog. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me.
Well, you see, the world ice froze his fucking
It froze.
hands, and he was trying
It froze his hands off when he fell. This is the dead Takiya at the bottom of the hill. Alright.
That one's so fucking stupid.
Okay, Roebuck. He was
I
not
think
a
this
zombies
one's also
character.
really dumb too.
It's kind of dumb, but it doesn't really change
It's
much.
Cute. It's cute.
It's like, okay,
It's just a cute little callback.
he's got a painting in 5, and then McNamara's like, and Roebuck was helping me, so you know, he's working for the Pentagon. I don't know why he would go from. He seemed like a pretty battle-hardened soldier. I don't know why he would go from like, working as a soldier on the field as a sergeant to.
I mean, you'd be surprised how many.
It's
people
possible.
actually did that.
I guess we don't know enough about him to say like, oh, he would go to an office job, but maybe he had some injury after the end of the campaign. But also, this confirms that Polonsky dies, which is a bit sad. But I guess the world cannot have Polonsky and Dempsey existing at the same time.
It would fucking implode.
It would be the end of everything. C tier. Kind of mid. Agonium Maxis. So I'm going to also tie this in with zero base. Yeah, I find it really, really, really interesting that there's just a version of Maxis that just went completely off the deep end because Richtofen was not messing with him and just left his home dimension. He was like, oh, I'm part of some fucked up game where my universe is just a fracture that's as fucked up as possible. I'm just gonna leave and just gather artifacts and do my own thing. And I want to know more about him. I want to know how Broken Arrow contacted him. I think he's just so much potential.
I love that not play the game, my bad. That Gaming Revolution, his videos recently has been using the in development of Keynote Utopia.
Oh yeah, the 601
pictures of Max's to show off Agonia. I think that's so funny.
He just looks like a fucking frazzled old man.
Oh my, Zach.
What?
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little too ahead.
Oh, you see the one on the end there?
This is all made up.
I picked some good ones, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Dr. Hale, I feel like he was implemented well for the most part. I kind of wish they resolved, like... I don't know, I just feel like it's like...
Hale is literally just Sophia, but for Cornelius.
Yeah, Yeah, she's a bit derivative, a bit like kind of one note. It's just she's just so obsessed with uh Purnell. She doesn't pass the what is it, the Beck. She does not pass the Bechdel test even remotely.
No.
I don't know. I think she could have been a little more interesting. I think Black Ops 4 was really good about Glup Shittos, but she was not the best one for sure. She did some pretty important stuff, like discovering the shards, power, and all that with the robots. So pretty important in that way, but not much done with her, unfortunately. Jebediah Brown, he ascended.
I would say ascended.
Yeah, because
easily ascended.
So important to everything, really. I love his accent. I love how he starts every radio with the year of our Lord 1885.
I know.
He's such a tortured soul too. His mom died. Everyone died in his town. It's a lot of it. It seems like it's his fault. He thinks it's his fault, but it's not his fault. That's the saddest thing. He dies thinking it's his fault. Invents the Pack-a-Punch machine. Iconic. He invents the Vril Rod, the Vril Vessel. And he's just he's a man of his craft. He's so skilled at blacksmithing. He can create these pieces of metal that are so it can be used for these crazy things. He can't do magic. He can't like take someone's soul out, but he can make a piece of metal so perfect in design it can hold the soul.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like, imagine being so fucking good at your craft that 2 actual angels visit you and are like, "Hey, we need you, dog."
It's crazy. He's and just the fact that we didn't even know. Okay, he was in the leaked Pack-a-Punch thing. I still don't really know the full timeline of when that came out. Like the Pack-a-Punch jingle, because it was not in the game, as far as I know. Someone just like leaked it. Yeah, carbon fiber, right?
Yeah, in his post, certainly made it sound like that he's had that since like the World at War days.
And when did he release that?
Let me look.
That's just so they had this idea. They just like, okay, here's a jingle. Jeb Brown. That sounds like a old blacksmith, the Old West. And they just like that name so much and that concept. They're like, this guy is the most important guy. He's quintessential Glup Shitto. All-time
so it came
greatest.
Out 7 years ago.
7 years ago. Okay.
He dropped it 7 years ago, and yeah.
So not long before Black Ops 4. Perfect timing, really.
He was digging around through some older, unlabeled sound files and found this, and decided to just release it.
Story of Jeb Brown. It's a tragic one. Very, very important. Sally's interesting. She's like, I find George Romero's role in the story really interesting. But I've said that George Romero himself is not a Glup Shitto. He's a cameo.
Yeah.
Because he's a celebrity. He's not like.
He's an actual human being.
Yeah, he's an actual human being that was alive for a portion of the story. But Sally is the assistant, and she's really interesting. She's like trying to find where all the actors went from where George went, and she just doesn't want to deal with all the managers of the actors. So she's like digging through all his files and finding all the. Apparently, George Romero was just really into all this conspiracy shit from World War II. He's basically like a COD's forum poster, and he's just really. I've always described the idea that Call of the Dead was all just a ruse, so that he could be at the right place at the right time for Ultimus to arrive, so that he could document them on film. I fully believe that. I fully believe he had some sort of knowledge. I don't know, from like the Shadow Man or something, some sort of foreknowledge that they would be there on 2011, and he wanted to be there, which I find really interesting.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, Sally.
I can buy it.
Sally ends up trapped in Shangri-La in the cycle, just trying to find like anything. I don't really know what her plan was. I guess she thought maybe he would go there, Maybe to find Ultimus, I don't know. But
Oh no, Zach. You know how she got to Shangri-La.
wait, I forget. Was it
She went she went to Siberia,
uh she like
and
go
what happens in Siberia?
did she go to a portal? I can't remember. I actually kind of crazy, I don't remember.
She found her way into the pocket dimension, which then brought her to Shang.
Oh.
At least that's my
Oh.
personal belief. Because
Because
the main theory I've always had is that the reason why the Call of the Dead actors disappear is because they found their way into the pocket dimension as well. And evidence around the map actually suggests that, because how you activate the Easter egg song
mhm.
is through finding those old
You're
relics
right. You're right.
related to those
Also,
characters.
yeah, you also like George's glasses are there. You're right. That's a good
Yeah.
point. So yeah, she's probably in the pocket dimension. She's just on Mars instead of on
Phobos.
on Phobos. So really unfortunate. Um, yeah, unfortunate end to her character. But she's like the radio where she is at Shangri-La. She's kind of taken it well almost. She doesn't sound that angry or sad. She's just
Sounds like it's just part of the job.
she's just annoyed that she just has. She's literally made a trap to kill Gary and Brock because she hates them so
Made the
much.
fucking trap to kill Brock and Gary.
Really funny.
And when it goes off and she fucking kills him, she's just like, finally.
Fuck, fine. Um, S is so full. I think at least highest day. I really like her character. I wish they'd done a little bit more. I want to know. I guess I don't know what else they could do. I just kind of want more of like what George was up to. What was his research like? Just wanting more, and that's kind of what you want in the Club Shitto. You want more. Dr. Layman. I don't feel that strongly about Dr. Layman. You know.
The only thing interesting about him is that he turned like 115 into a gaseous state, and it made the zombies like subservient or something.
Yeah, he more almost feels just like he's a device to like explain why these outbreaks happen and like
Yeah.
I don't know. He just doesn't. He also is just kind of a generic crazy doctor guy. I guess he doesn't need to be a big character. Doesn't really do anything for me. He's sort of a crazy lunatic. Almost kills Schuster, and that also brings him down really. Because who would do that?
I'd personally put him in like low D, because he's really just nothing.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him right below Takia Severed
Takia
Hands.
Severed Hands is funny.
Here, I'll put Takia Severed Hands above Eddie. Why don't we say that?
Good.
Dr. Weiss. Does he says probably like one line.
I think Dr. Weiss is literally just a named character, and that's about it.
He's the one that notices that Purnell and Hale are doing the tests on the pyramid when they're not supposed to be, and reports it to Peter. So pretty important in that way, but obviously we don't hear it directly from him. So not much, but he's not like actively bad or anything. Just not really anything. So I'm gonna say C. The first one, we don't really know. There's a lot of keeper stuff where they just kind of like dropped some lore that kind of conflicts with some other stuff, or like it just doesn't. They didn't elaborate on it.
Well, the first one was only ever mentioned in Gorod Krovi.
Right? Yeah. Doesn't it just say he filled the universes with life? Right?
Something
Sonic
like
Key.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, so this is like God? Is this God? Is this Monty? What is this? Not explained well enough. I don't think, for something so important, they should do more with it. I'm gonna say F tier, because it's just nothing.
You did not use the epic rap battles of history.
Listen, you're getting too far ahead. Private Hastings. I love this guy.
Private Hastings is A tier for me.
A tier, because that whole radio is just so funny. Because like,
it's so fucking funny.
I feel like I should hate them just trying to explain some inconsequential boss, like the astronaut, as just being a guy. But it's just so funny because his sister is so pissed off that they keep teleporting these privates, and he just gives the thumbs up, and he gets teleported. He's just gone, and he says, "Oh, he's probably dancing on the moon in the future somewhere."
No, I fucking love it. I love that they explained the spaceman like that. I have no qualms with trying to explain like a lot of really mundane, useless shit. I think it's hilarious whenever like writers try to do shit like that. And this especially to me is like peak comedy.
It's pretty funny. Harvey Hastings is a good one for sure. Really good one. D King. Do you even know D King?
Isn't that from the terminals?
Yes. He's just some guy in the terminal.
Yeah, he makes those communications with Ryan Jackson.
Yeah, and it's like he has. Let me see. Find him. He has a lot of zombies related stuff. Yeah, he has like one piece of mail. That's nothing. It's just like one that goes to everybody. And then in his files, he's just got a bunch of haikus. And I think
my mother died in Hue City.
Yeah. So he's got all these haikus, and they're all related to like missions from the campaign. But the thing I find interesting, and why I think he's related to zombies, is if you look at the file names, they all have numbers. It's like HAI, a number. The numbers that are missing are haikus from John Banana.
Interesting.
So does that imply, is there just a big database with a bunch of haikus that they found from somewhere, and they're just, like, I don't know, they're all just all mixed together, and some of them are John Bananas? Or are these all John Bananas? Was John Banana having some weird premonitions about stuff? And D King knows about it because he has all these files. Also, there's one haiku that was really interesting. Secret. Where it mentions a secret. It's something like went down by the river, saw something crazy, or saw something.
Yeah.
Never want to say anything again, or something along those lines. It mentions a secret and a river, and that just makes me think of the Mars secret. I'm pretty sure that's one of the other haikus.
I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
But yeah, a very vague zombies connection. That one's kind of pushing it. If we went into like campaign Glup Shittos, we'd be here all day. There's a lot.
Yeah.
So I tried to limit that. But D King, I have a personal fascination with him. I know it's not significant, but I'm just gonna put him in B. Nothing too interesting. Brock and Gary. I think we can both agree, S tier.
Honestly, I would put them in Ascended just because, like, they are integral, I think. They're the first really, like, hard confirmation about the cycle and all that shit.
They are integral. However, I think because they start out in one map and they stay in that one map. We hear, obviously with the Sally radio later, and like we know how significant they are later, but they're just kind of like bumbling through. They're just sort of a small element in one map. I could see why you'd say Ascended, for sure, but I'm just gonna go with S. Brock and Gary are very entertaining. Like you said, I like Brock's. Brock is just super into whatever they're looking for. He's like seems to know things he should not know. He must know. I'm guessing that George Romero got a lot of his like the things he studies from Brock. He's just this guy that's just really familiar with these ancient civilizations and their familiarity with Agartha. He's looking for Agartha as well. And Gary is just some student, I guess, that's just tagging along. He's just been dragged into this, and he's been damned to an eternal cycle. It's voiced by Steve Bloom, and his voice is almost Morty-like in nature. He's just kind of like a
he's voiced by Steve? I didn't even know
yeah,
that.
yeah. Once you listen to it again, if you like him and hearing him and Steve Bloom, you can hear it for sure. It's pretty funny.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I did find that stumbled upon a secret thing.
Mhm.
It's in Oppenheimer's.
Oh, it's an Oppenheimer's. Is it? It's also, but it has like the HAI
Yeah,
name
the
file name.
it's HII5.txt.
I see. Yeah, that's why
Went down
I
the lake,
associated it.
stumbled upon a secret, will not sleep again.
That. I know that probably has nothing to do with anything. I don't know what it originally supposed to mean, but I like the idea that it's associated with zombies.
I think my favorite terminal thing is either X or John Trent.
Ooh. Oh, okay, yeah, those are both good. This is making me want to do a fucking campaign, a Black Ops campaign. So Shitto one as well.
We definitely should eventually.
All right, George Barkley. This guy did not need to be a club Shitto. He's just some guy from the CDC in Black Ops 2. He has like he's talking about the effects of 115 and people are losing their memory, and he says that like 3 times, which is funny but also scary. Adds to the
He had to
ambiance.
put down his whole fucking crew.
Yeah, he just killed his whole crew. He's definitely lost it. And then we find out later he used to work for Broken Arrow, and he was working with Rustman. Doesn't really add much. I don't really know why they did that, other than look, it's a Glup Shitto. Doesn't take anything away, I guess. But
Doesn't really add much either.
yeah, he's just kind of a mid-tier Glup Shitto. I like him. I like his personality. I like his, the radios he's in. That's just, he could have been anybody. Nikolai's brother, though.
I think that's D. There's
Damn.
literally nothing to really, or at least as far as I recall.
I would have said that. I think it's just until these leaked documents where it's like implied he was a soldier with Reznov. And also, it's really, I don't know, it's really sad to me that even, because I was almost going to say that I wish we got more about it, but it's even sadder to think that we don't hear about it because Nikolai chose to forget. Like, he still has forgotten, like he's pushed that memory away that his brother died. And I think that kind of adds to the tragedy that he died and no one will really ever know about him because Nikolai chooses to forget because he can't handle it. So I like that, just purely in like a thematic level. I wish we at least got a name. I think his name, I'm trying to remember what the leaked document said.
It's that name outside the fucking map. Isn't like something Rodriguez or something?
No, it's not, his name's not right. That's not him. No.
No, of course not. But I'm just remembering that
Shit.
fucking that sweepstakes thing that they had.
Yeah, no, that's a Glup Shitto. That should have been on this list. Nikolai's brother. Also, I want to know more about like why the square is named Belinsky Square. Like, so is Nikolai's family famous? I feel like they could have explained more.
I have to imagine his family has like some sort of like deep ties to that city or something.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me if like the original bio for Nikolai about him being like it said he was like a politician
like
or something.
Really high party official or something that even Stalin fears.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that is like his father or someone in his family, and it's just him kind of taking on that persona when he becomes drunk. Because like I remember, him being a politician kind of conflicts with, because Monty's like, he says his grasp on the difference between communism and capitalism is pretty nebulous. Like, he doesn't really know anything. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's just kind of like falling into this character of someone he hates just because he's, going so far off the deep end. But Nikolai's brother himself,
You can do whatever you want with it. I'm okay with either one.
I'm going B because it's just not really much. I'm more just like his relation to Nikolai, what it does to Nikolai.
Okay, hear me out on this. George Sawyer is an S tier.
Is no one north?
Yeah.
I also just like we just get a timeline of him getting promoted. I think that's funny.
Not even. Frankly, my favorite part about George Sawyer as a character is that he is the most take shit from nobody. Like,
Mm.
he is on to Purnell the whole time. Like, he is riding his ass.
But also he doesn't do anything about it, and he's just like he keeps getting promoted because he keeps like letting them get away with it and getting, creating more and more.
No, I mean, ultimately, he shows up and tries to shut everything down.
That's true. That's true. I'm gonna
Not
go.
only that, he basically led Operation Paperclip for the United States.
That's true. Yeah. I like the timeline of him being there when Dare Race is taken all the way up until Broken Arrow's fall, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he was there for the Dare Race massacre. Who knows?
Don't even.
We're going there. Don't worry.
Don't joke, lad.
This is all made up. We
I
don't.
hate this cipher so much.
Okay, but is it? It's not like it's a site. I think there's just a document and classified that is marked out. I think it's really just supposed to be like. It's just supposed to be for the. It's just on the ground. It's just classified documents. The map classified. So they're like, okay, we'll just write some real text, and then we'll cross it out so it looks like it's classified. But we don't want it to even be anything important because the document itself is just kind of a nothing burger. There's nothing. It's just saying like we're doing operations here in the Pentagon, and it's signed by this is all made up. So I think it's literally just meant to be like it's just a document.
This is all made up. Is the individual quote unquote that fucking signs off on some sort of order regarding I think it was like a DC zombie invasion.
Really? Hold on, I can't remember that.
I'm fairly certain it's in the ciphers and not the documents.
This is the only document I've ever known. It's 10 a.m. event unknown. Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, you're right. They're coming hordes. See, they don't even spell hordes right. I don't know. I think it was just like they just asked some point to just write a whatever document. Yeah, this is okay. I do remember this. It's kind of crazy to imply that there was a huge outbreak in DC. I don't take it as canon. I just think it's just someone just had to make a texture that said some stuff and like just do whatever because it's gonna be crossed out anyway. And they clearly didn't cross it out well enough. Yeah, you can clearly make it out.
How did you get damn near any of this from?
I don't know. People are crazy.
Rich Killer, where are you? Come home.
Yeah. But yeah, this is all made up as a character. It's definitely below Takiyo's Severed Hands. It's below Dr. Layman. Actually, no.
What a thing to say.
No. No, actually, it's F tier. It's F tier. Unfortunately. I think it's funny, but not that funny. It's not as funny as Takiyo's Severed Hands. Dr. H. Porter. Based on Dr. Max, not Dr. Max Porter, creator of the ray gun.
I love the little picture of him that they have.
Little picture with their goggles.
Yeah,
the Poindexter
goggles. Yeah.
I also love that it's got a little Zombie Lab stamp, which canonizing the Zombie Labs. I wish there got more elaboration on what that was. Yeah, I mean we don't know much about him. He sure hung himself all right.
No, he took his pill.
He took his pill, but he's also a hanging corpse. Isn't the radio like right near where the corpse is?
I think. Well, the radio that the corpse is near is stuck inside the fucking water cooling.
Oh, okay.
Pair of legs.
I remember there's a weird thing where in the radio he says, "I can't find my pills," and so it's implied he hang himself.
He's like scrambling.
But then the timeline says that he takes the pills. So I guess whoever made the timeline just kind of screwed that up. I don't know what you.
Honestly, I personally think that he just kind of lost. He lost track of the pills. Is like scrambling around to find them or something.
Oh, and he fell in the vat.
Yeah.
He fell headfirst into a boiling vat. Poor Porter. Um, this guy's a glove shittle through and through. He did not need get much in the way of important story stuff. He just kind of came back every so often to just
He's just the inventor guy who's really good
right,
at his job.
and his name's on the upgraded ray gun, and that's all we know. And somehow his name carries forward into the new universe. I don't know. Well, I mean, he probably exists in it or something, but is he part of the whatever organization made the?
I don't ask these questions.
I don't know. No one cares. But
I don't know, why does Wolfram von List have a fucking Wonderwolf blueprint? Like,
don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. Monkey bomb. Now, the monkey bomb does talk. It does scream in pain. It does.
it is a living, breathing organism.
It is a living organism. I don't know if Samantha gave it a soul. I assume so, because it seemed like she's sad that you killing it. But like, why'd you give it a soul if it's gonna explode?
You're not Sam.
And also, I think the timeline says that Richtofen invented the monkey bomb, which I guess he just invented the concept of stuffing a monkey and putting a bomb on it. And I don't know if that became like mass manufactured or something, in case it was zombie outbreak.
Shows up on Max's desk and he's like, "Bro, why?"
We can't be producing more of the Wunderwaffe. It's too expensive. But this monkey bomb, this would be your magnum opus.
Monkey bomb.
The monkey bomb. You know, it's a classic. It's a classic. A tier. Yeah, somewhere in there. Dr. fucking Grob.
I love this picture of Dr. Grob.
Fucking selfie image of Dr. Grob.
Yep.
He's kind of a cretin. I kind of like that. I like that he bickers a little bit with Richtofen, even though he's supposed to be like he's like the head of Griffin Station. He's like the guy that Richtofen appointed personally. He's just kind of a dick.
I don't know what makes Groff so fucking special when Schuster is just second banana, I guess, or whatever.
It's because Richtofen's trying to protect him.
I see.
He doesn't, because obviously Groff, things probably did not go well for Groff. But since we never hear from him again, he probably died on Griffin Station. I really like him, in so much as I think he's a hateable character. I like his like freaking out like in Der Eisendrache.
Oh yeah, like him steadily being like really chill, but as the map goes on, he's like freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, like you're betraying Group 935 and all this shit. He doesn't know what's going on, and the Keeper manifestation on Griffin Station. Yeah, like Rock's pretty great. He totally goes along with murdering all those people to fill the souls, fill the soul jar.
Has his secrets.
Yes.
Speaking of the secret.
Speaking. Ascended.
Yeah.
John D.
Quite
He's just like a talking point on the CODs forum. Just like here's some occult stuff that you can tie into some stuff on Dervis or something.
Dude, seeing the John D shit on the forums from like 2010 is insane.
It's surreal. It's surreal. Only to find out he's the character, the most important person in the whole thing. Way too much to talk about here with John D, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Monty and John D.
Monty and John D. It all makes sense. Genius Blendello. Alright, so the Cosmic / Cyber / Mama Silverbacks. They got cut off on this thing. But
Soon to be Papa Silverback.
yeah, soon to be Papa Silverback. We got all these whole Silverback lineage.
Honestly, S tier for me. I know that it's controversial as fuck to even bother doing that, but I love Dead Ops so much, and I just remember seeing the "what the hell is this" thing on Ascension, and being like, oh my god, because I was fully convinced back in the day that when Moon dropped, we'd actually get like a Cosmic Silverback type of boss zombie.
Yeah, I don't know why we never did get more, at least a little bit more Dead Ops tie-in. Also, Dead Ops connected Chaos before the Dark Ether even did. Don't ask how it works. Wait, they
I
did
don't
it?
know.
Wait, no, hold on. Yeah, no. Anyway. Just,
Uh, actually, shout out Corborium. I think that's how you pronounce your username. Sorry if I fucked that up. Your idea about Dead Ops being canon to Dark Ether because of Forsaken, I really like that. I think that's cool.
that's pretty interesting. Um, Also, I like in the multiplayer map, Remnant in Black Ops 4, where they're like
Oh
the
yeah, I think
moon
they have.
area. They talk about like the apes that were sent to the moon, and they became, they became intelligent, and they were angry with the human race, and that kind of ties in with Shangri-La and the fucking monkeys that fly in the rockets. I always thought the rocket thing was that was just like a hoax, like a random wiki fake hoax thing. But no, they actually fly
Oh
up
yeah,
in
but
little
no,
rockets.
when they get up there, they shoot off into space.
Like that to me, like pretty much like ties it all in. Like there's monkeys on the moon, and they're like pissed. And
Well, yeah,
it
that
must tie
was
into the cosmic silverback and the whole lineage.
well, that was one of the big things back then. That's why a lot of people, including myself, believed that the silverback would be in Moon was because of like the monkeys just launching into space in Shangri-La.
It makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, they're pretty iconic. Pretty iconic club shittos. Uh,
Isaac Newton.
Isaac Newton. Uh, Club Shitto. He made Newton's cookbook, where you can convert gobblegums and 115 into other gobblegums. I don't know why he did that. What did he mean by that? Who told him to do that? Was it John
I
D?
guarantee it's because of the John D connection.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, when they were formulating this John D thing, I think they also mentioned Newton in the documents. It's just like
Yeah,
the they're all tied in together. So Isaac Newton might be even more important. He in the if in the future we ever find something else that implies he's ascended, he could be even more important than we know. For all we know.
he could be one of the angels or something.
Oh yeah, Isaac Newton's one of the angels. That'd be fucking insane. If we wrote Isaac Newton. Holy shit, that's crazy. That's a new theory. I'm gonna write that up. Post down the CODs for him. Um,
Fucking reignite the CODs forum.
I'm gonna say
And it's all because of Isaac Newton.
I was gonna say hi B, just because
Okay.
he needs a little more. He needs a little more spice. We just got
Here's
the
a-
cookbook.
and then
That's
you
it.
have the canceled Newton's cookbook in Black Ops 4.
That's true. Yeah, we could have gotten more in fucking factions. Could have been
Don't
something.
even joke. Don't even joke, lad.
Could have been something. You c- Shame. But
Well, factions was the way that they described factions. It always sounded like it was exclusively related to chaos.
yeah, it's possible. But I want to believe. I want to believe. Plus, that would it could have all tied in together at the end anyway.
No, hey, Baldrick talking.
Dr. Anton Gersh. Uh, I always spelled it Gersch for the longest time. I always thought this was a misspelling because this was his. I think in one of the achievements, his name was originally spelled the other way, and I just assumed that was how it was supposed to be spelled.
Wait, it's. Oh my god. Wait, I'm only learning this just now.
That his name is SH. That's like
Yeah.
this. Yeah, this is how it's supposed to
I
be.
thought it was.
They
I
actually
thought it was
updated the achievement.
CSH.
Yeah, no, it was CSH when it came out on the achievement, but then they changed it everywhere else.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, so this is how you spell it.
Fuck.
I like Gersh. I think he's a quintessential club shitto.
He
Oh.
also exists in the Dark Ether.
He also exists in the Dark Ether. That
A
brings
lot
him.
of people don't seem to remember that this exists. but there's I think it's that Lost Soul guy, uh, Piotr or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he talks about he talks about a Russian man and like an American man, in like their voices in
Oh
the Dark
fuck!
Ether
I
or
forgot
something.
about that. No. Fuck, that brings him
So
down.
yeah,
Okay, that
Peter McCain and Anton
shit,
Gersh are apparently butt buddies in the Dark Ether or
dude.
something.
Why would Peter? Don't send Peter there. I mean, it fits with Gersh because Gersh just had the most tragic fucking outcomes. He just gets fucked over so much. But Peter McCain, come on, he was supposed to have a good ending. Why is he just fucked off as
What do
an
you
orb?
mean he did not have a good ending?
Well, no, he was supposed to. I don't know. He was
He
like
alluded to him
he had
going to do
unfinished
something.
business, right?
Yeah, and it's like, okay, well,
I hate that he's
I'm dumb
suffering.
what that was.
I don't want my man to suffer. I don't want Gersh to
Bro, he's
suffer,
been.
but
I was just gonna say, Peter McCain's been hanging from Shino Numa for like
I know. Fuck.
50 fucking years. Like,
Fucking Dark Ether. I don't want to go into it. Gersh, he's an S tier. He's a
I agree.
old school. I don't really like what Blundell said about him being in the poster. I think it's very funny, but at the same time, it doesn't really add much, does it?
The only thing that makes me dislike it is the Ascension radio of Chronicles. What
Where he's
sense
like,
does that make?
yeah,
What were you cooking?
it's like, okay, if you're gonna cook, prepare the meal, plate
You
it.
didn't prepare the meal.
You gotta plate it, pal. Give me the food.
Yeah, give me the food.
Just say like, just give some scenario. Say it was a different universe. Say something happened. I don't care. Just like finish the food. You know.
No,
Yeah,
I feel you.
it's not enough to bring it down. But
Yeah,
still,
I don't think so either.
that's tier. Michael Faraday. Now he's barely a Glup Shitto. He has a painting
It's
in
just a
Buried,
painting.
right, and it's in the mansion. And the original theory with the mansion and the ghost was that it was his wife, and it was his mansion. And there was some story about him like moving to America and like his wife dying there, and he grieved over it and abandoned the town. I don't know where that even came from, but that was like the theory
That's
for a
some
long time.
COD's forum shit.
Yeah, that's some COS forum shit. This is definitely like a personal, like I remember this. But he ended up not really having anything to do with anything. So that's sort of a D. Not really much going on there. Nova Crawlers.
Oh, the Nova Crawlers. I have a fucking character arc with these things.
Let's hear yours. What are your thoughts?
For so long, like the first time I saw the Keepers, I immediately the first thing that came to my head was the Nova Crawlers.
Yeah, I think there definitely is intentional. There's something intentional there.
Like my firm belief at the time was like that the Nova Crawlers, like the ones that we actively fight against in like Black Ops 1, are like keeper bodies that Group 935 must have found in like I don't know, some of the fucking places that they went to. And they just did their thing and boom, there we go.
Yeah, I
But
think they could have done
I
more.
like the canon thing that they did with them.
What, the pigs?
Yeah, because I think the idea of like a half man, half pig thing is fucking terrifying.
I think that's terrifying. I think that could be interesting. I don't like it because it's just like it's purely because 5 has the pig room. You know, it's like they don't have much pig features other than they make them snort later. I think if they explained a little bit more like how it like ties into like if there's human DNA, is there keeper DNA in there? Like why do they look like that if they're supposed to be pig-like? That's what I don't really get. I do like the idea that they're like something messing with the DNA is like they're sort of shifting to some like the primordial, the keepers. It's kind of like how the humans in Origins look keeper-like with the sharp teeth and the stuff like that.
Don't even get me started on that one.
It's like becoming more keeper-like because you're evolving them almost. Even that's not really how it works.
Yeah.
But and I think they were overused for sure, gameplay-wise. The point where it's like, are they Club Shittos? Because they use so much. It's like almost saying like a zombie is a Club Shitto.
I'd still put them in C tier because I do not think they're fun to fight against.
I don't think so either. I think
I'd put them in D tier if it wasn't possible to completely avoid them in Moon.
yeah, I'll put them in here. I'll say they're above Vodka Server. Yeah, right there.
Oh, Peter McKay.
All right, Takio Severed Hands. I'm gonna move up the mouse.
That's crazy.
My-
but okay.
My eyes keep gravitating to Takio's Severed Hands, and if it's making me laugh this much, it must be good.
The more you laugh, the higher it's gonna go.
That's true.
Sooner or later, we're gonna be seeing Takio's Severed Hands right beside Anton Gersh.
That's true. Wait, shit. I thought. I forgot to put it on here. I meant to put J. Robert Oppenheimer and Vannevar Bush on here. They would be probably A tier. When I watched Oppenheimer, I was like pogging when Vannevar.
Dude, when does he find Dr. Max's terminal, man?
I was pogging when Vannevar Bush came in at the trial part. I was like, oh my god, there he is. They're buddies. They were just texting on the terminal thing. They're sending little messages to each other.
I still need to watch the movie, honestly.
It works well. It actually does. Like, it's interesting, like historically, but also like tying it into the terminal, because the terminal does go into like Oppenheimer losing his security access because he's like accused of being a communist, and it ties in kind of well. And it's just like, oh, okay, on the side they were also talking about zombie stuff and the Majestic 12. The Majestic 12 is also really interesting because that has Einstein in it, and Einstein's in the movie. I don't know. Nerding out about
I thought
fucking Oppenheimer.
it was Majestic 13.
I think it's still 12. Double check. J12. Yeah, it's still MJ12. All these people.
See, I thought there was something. I thought it was 13 in Black Ops 1. I don't know where I got that from.
Oppenheimer, Einstein. Got fucking all these people. Von Braun, principal member V. Bush. That's some classic conspiracy shit right there. Majestic 12. Very interesting. Yeah, anyway, they would be.
I think Peter McKay is.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'd say behind Jeb Brown though.
Yeah.
Behind.
I'm gonna put. Oh, like right here.
No, but like keep him where he was.
Oh yeah. I moved Sophia below Jeb. I think this is a good. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because Peter is definitely not. He didn't become as important as Purnell, I think, because his end game was more just like he becomes trapped in the orb and he's just goes on, or whatever. But him, bring back with the elemental shard, becoming a big part of the story again. Bring in like he's connected to Dempsey. That's just taking a guy that was just hanging. he's a spy that was hanging, and making him into an actual character, which he wasn't before. Which is cool. I like that. I like what they did with there. I'd like to know more about Peter McKay. The Denizens of the Forest. You have thoughts on the Denizens?
I fucking hate these things, dog.
I can't wait for them to come back.
They're not coming back.
They're probably not coming back, but that's what makes them obscure Glup Shittos, really. They're never brought up again, except in the timeline when they're just like, oh yeah, they broke an arrow, created the Denizens, whatever. What are they, though? That is the question. I find that more interesting than them, like, themselves, like, their appearance. I think the name, I like to believe that it connects to when Transit appears in that multiplayer map Remnant, they talk about like this town that was, everyone disappeared overnight. I think it's these are the denizens of Hanford. They have been essentially like, because of, I don't know, some accident, a broken arrow or something intentional. They become these monstrous little shits, and they are afraid of sunlight, and they just have to live in the forest where there's no sunlight. I find that really interesting and terrifying at the same time. That's just my headcanon, but like as to why they're called denizens. That to me sounds very I think of like urban environments when I think of that.
Yeah, like a chupacabra local legend type of thing.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Personally, I literally never once put any thought into the denizens as like their origins or something like that.
Totally
I
understandable.
know that a lot of people look at like the open cages in the Pack-a-Punch room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could totally just be like monkeys also. I just got experimented on and ended up in the forest. I don't know. Because they do have tails, but I guess, humans, we have a tailbone. So like some genetic mutations similar to Nova 6 crawlers. Yeah. Could turn into this. Who knows? Just because it's more headcanon, I'm going to put them lower.
You can't put it above Takio's severed hands. Come on.
What do you mean? No, I can put it above Takio's severed hands. I want to put it...
Fucking hell, fine.
I'm going to put it above Nova. Yeah, I'm going to put it above Nova. Fuck it, I'm going to put... Personal list, above Nova Crawlers. Above Premise. Yeah.
Above Premise.
Premise from the Giant Radios. Those nothing burger characters. Alright, mob jump scare guy.
Oh, you mean Russman?
No. It's Nero, obviously. I was always a subscriber to it's Nero because he has like a mustache. And I was like, oh, they probably wouldn't have Jeff Goldblum's likeness yet, but I don't know why they'd be thinking of this character already. I really just think it's just some scary guy. I don't think it was meant to be anything.
Yeah, no. I think the only jump scare that means anything is Undead Richtofen.
Yeah.
Well, no.
The Shadow Man that one time.
Omega. Oh, and the Alpha Omega.
Yeah,
the one with Purnell and the other one with
just 80 a.m.
Yeah, 80 a.m.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just not elaborated on, but the fact it's been talked about so much, I find interesting. It has to get a little points for that. I'm gonna put it above Sakio's severed hands.
I would say Gatekeeper of C tier, honestly.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because it has it has genuinely, like, people still talk about this.
Right. Denizens were also talked about in the forums and Nova Crawlers. I'm gonna put Nova Crawlers above. Fuck these guys. Put them. I'm gonna put them below. Okay, I'm not gonna put them below Takio's severed hands. It's gotta be fair. I can't show favoritism for Takio's severed hands. Okay, this one cut off, but Angela / Angelina Bow. I was debated, and I was gonna not include her because you don't even know what she's like. We haven't heard her talk, and we haven't searched anything.
Actually, we do know what she's like. She a bitch. Throw her an F.
She turned in Finn O'Leary. That's her thing. So there's just not much to her. The only reason I included her was just because they just could not decide what her name was. She was Angela, and then the timeline came out, and I think she's called Angela in one entry and Angelina in another one. And then I think they settle on Angelina in Blood of the Dead. So I don't know what's up with that. It's kind of weird. It's like she's not bad. Like, she serves her purpose.
Well, like, she's so much less interesting than the first one, for example. Like,
that's true, but it's like she's not like, okay, the first one is sold as like, this is really important. It created all life in the universe. She's sold as, she's the guy that turned in Finn O'Leary, and he's like, the story with them is more, him coming to terms with their relationship, and it's more about him.
Yeah, all right. You've convinced me. I see what you mean.
Yeah, it's just D. Probably She's above Eddie. Below Tokyo Surveillance. I can't decide with Tokyo Surveillance. Kurt Blom. Kind of a
Isn't this the
nothing.
guy who like supposedly escaped Alcatraz or something?
Did that? I don't know about that. No, this is a German doctor, actual Nazi, like real life Nazi. He's in GK Nova.
Oh, okay. That explains why I'm not familiar with this.
Yeah, so this thing from GK Nova. The part we may judge the whole. MK Ultra, Blue Bird Artichoke, the past, the truth. Blom brought the evil. Someone hit it. God versus Gov. Believe in the Weltice and the dead start walking. So obviously zombie stuff. Power, German knowledge. Beware of the Black Sun. This whole thing just there's so much to it. Search the truth.
Building
Still there.
87.
Son of the
Oh,
HUD.
Building 87.
Building 87. Clean the world in a manner which is honorable. What does this fucking mean? And Blom is brought up in a couple documents where he's like, it's just related to his like experiments. So it's like he might have worked with Group 935. It's not totally clear. This guy's a real Nazi, so we put him in D tier. I mean, he doesn't really come up again. But GK Nova was pretty cool. I'm not gonna give him all the credit for GK Nova being cool. So he's kind of Michael Faraday level nothing burger. So keep him there. Yuri's voice key. Ascended?
I think not ascended, but I think he belongs like right beside Gersh.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I guess he doesn't become super important. He's just like this guy that's being forced to work with Samantha. Which I wonder he gets fucked up. That like image in Alpha Omega where it shows his progressive like deterioration.
Dude, I remember seeing that.
When he gets interrogated by the APD. It's so fucked.
They fucked him up, dude.
Yeah. Oh, here it is. It's interrogation. Oh my god, man. Nothing left. But yeah, this guy, he kind of goes insane a little bit because of reading Richtofen's diary. He gets sort of tormented by Samantha, and I always wondered, is it just he's more receptive to being like hearing Samantha's voice because he read the diary, or would anyone be able to be tormented by Samantha? It's just he was going crazy.
That's what happened with Layman as well.
That's true. Yeah, he's the American, or Layman is the American Yuri. Just sort of a copy of him. Yuri is just more interesting. He gets more screen time. Becomes the Pentagon Thief. Pretty iconic. So people were wondering for so long who he was. And
you mean
you
Dr.
predicted
Daniel
right.
Clark?
You take Dr. Daniel Clark. Wow, I don't know why it would be Daniel. Well, actually, I can see why people would say that. Because the numbers around him.
That because of the writing on his face.
Yeah, the writing and the numbers. It does kind of make sense. I could totally see that being like original, like one of their inspirations or like intentions. It could be based off the same model, but it's Yuri. So we got.
Dude, one of my favorite things about Yuri though. Why the fuck does he sound like that in the Pentagon?
Oh, like. I don't
It's
know.
like White Tambor, dude.
It's like what the. Yeah, I don't know. Also, like the numbers thing. Why the? Actually, yeah, they never like go into like why does he have numbers following him like that Mason would see? Why are the teleporters?
I think
effect.
they just thought it was a cool looking effect, honestly.
Probably. I'm just trying to think of like the reason. I don't know. It's one of those things like that, like the Nova 6. Why doesn't it just kill you instantly? They just don't really explain. It's kind of hand waved. Have to theorize on that more.
Gameplay reasons.
Gameplay reasons. Lil Arnie, He's just a cute little guy in a jar. He does a little dance. You can't hate a little guy that does a little dance. He doesn't
My
have.
favorite part
Shit,
about
important.
Lil Arnie
Mhm.
is the Apothecon Overlord in the Sky of Shadows of Evil is literally just a gigantic Little Arnie.
Big Arnie. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And I like that little Arnie. He seems like a neutral party. He's just chilling in his
Well, yeah,
jar.
because the whole thing with the Apothecons, at least originally, was that they'd be kind of like the Flood, where they recruit the consumed into their ranks,
Mhm.
and Lil Arnie was just kind of one of those things, like one of those beings.
Yeah, I wish they went into that more. It kind of reminds me of the Combine.
Yeah.
I would have liked to go into that more. Um, but little Arnie on his own, it's a cute little guy. I have no complaints. Is he above Isaac Newton? Probably not. I'll put him right here. Uh,
Also, I don't know if you saw my comment on the Vril egg, since
Mhm.
I got reminded of this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in the leaked documents, I could have swore I remember seeing that the Vril egg is actually like holding the vessel of Maxis.
Is it?
Like that's where his
Oh,
yeah.
I did
Yeah,
not know that.
because that's how he gets to Earth is when you throw the Gersh device at the orb, it sends the orb to one of the rockets, so he manages to land on Earth.
Oh, oh, that's interesting. Because I thought
So yeah,
also.
the real egg isn't exactly like its own thing. It's always been Maxis in there, as
Mhm.
far as I understood it.
Isn't it also called in the files like AMP-115? Something along those
That's
lines?
that's the no, that is the focusing stone.
Oh, oh, I see. I see. Huh. Interesting. I'll have to look more into that. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I know it's in one of the files. I think it's in the Black Ops 2 dev files actually.
Interesting.
Okay, I
Fluff.
hate Fluffy.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Why do you hate Fluffy? Come on.
No, hear me out. They retconned Fluffy really bad in the timeline.
Was it like, yeah,
Her
house?
puppies, right?
Hmm.
Because I think Maxis gave her the dog in like 1943 or something.
Oh
And
yeah. Oh yeah. You're right.
Fluffy becomes a zombie in 45 or something.
Hmm. So it's like she
So
was
what?
pregnant again.
You held on to them pooches for 2 fucking years.
No, no, see that I interpreted that as like Maxis is such a piece of shit that he's still experimenting on this dog for. It's just like a dog they just have in the labs to like make puppies so they can test on them. And he's just such a piece of shit. He's like, here's your gift, Samantha. Also, we're still gonna test on it and still use it as like a baby making machine. And they do that for years. And then only in
that's not-
1945, that's when he does the experiment.
Well, yeah, I mean that's still, but like, so Fluffy becomes a zombie, but then why does it tie to all the others, all the other dogs?
Well, I would assume she's just pregnant again.
Oh, okay.
That's my assumption. It's just they're still using the Fluffy to like make puppies for the testing.
Still, I think that's a little.
It's no, it's definitely
it is a lot more than what it was back in the day,
Mhm.
where we just assume that the dog is still pregnant, but whatever.
Yeah, that's just one of those things that just the timeline kind of just needing to create it and make it work.
Mm-hmm.
They had to kind of shift some things around that probably were not intended to be in that order or in that time.
Yeah.
So I understand that. Also Fluffy, we get like the one cutscene origins where we actually see Fluffy as Fluffy. Also, wait, Fluffy being there. Do dogs have souls?
I think it's implied.
So Monty.
Wait a minute.
So how did they collect Fluffy's soul though?
Because
does Richtofen put it down?
I know that dogs don't work on soul steps.
Oh, so dogs
Oh,
don't have
shit.
souls? Oh shit! Also, There must be some missing here. Cornelia Purnell's also not on here. What the hell happened? Oh, let me check my images I made. Swear I made one for Cornelia. What the hell? Something got fucked up. Yeah, I guess it raises some interesting questions. Is that even the original fluff, or did Max or Monty just pick up a random dog? Hey, look, it's
I
fluffy.
guarantee he just picked up a random dog. There's no way he didn't.
Or he just conjured a dog. So it's not even real fluffy. Yeah, I understand. You know, you've convinced me. I think I probably love Takio Seven Hands.
Aw,
Alright, below? What, you're saying below?
yes, yes.
Alright, below Takio Seven Hands. It's like the medium.
Oh, Ted.
Yeah, Ted. So, oh my God, hold on. Let me pull up for you. Ted, so here we got Aura. No Aura.
Dude, he
Aura.
looks so...
No Aura.
He looks so bad.
I hate this. I hate this so much.
Why does he have a pack-a-punch chest?
Oh my God. Oh God, this is awful. And then they come up with that thing where they're like, oh, the skins are going to be totally consistent. This is just ugly as fuck. This shit's going to be running around. I already know day one. I hate it. But anyway. Ted, aka the bus driver. I like his personality. I like how much of a dick he is. Also love he just has random lines just alluding to a bunch of conspiracy shit. Like, there are like 20 lines just like, oh yeah, we're going to HARP and fucking all these buildings across the US that have like, are like secret government organizations, or the Bohemian Grove for no reason. I don't know why.
Get the fuck off my bus.
Get the fuck off my bus. Yeah, lots of personality adds a lot to such a shitty map. Definitely, like, without him, Transit would be a lot worse.
I think he belongs at the top of A tier.
I'd agree. I think it's understandable why he came back when he did, and why they're still gonna milk him, I'm sure. He's just iconic, for sure.
This last one, you really, really.
I'm pushing it with this one. Look,
that you are.
From iOS Black Ops Zombies, when you do the tutorial, I think also in World at War Zombies, the tutorial, you play as someone named Rook.
It's implied that they're the same character.
So in World at War, you come out, you see Richtofen, and he tells you how to kill zombies, and he's dying. And then he dies into a zombie. The original zombie Richtofen. And then you kill him. That's where he gets the body from. And then in Black Ops Zombies, then is Dempsey? I can't remember. Dempsey tells you what to do, and does he die?
No, Dempsey kills you.
Oh, you turn into zombie. Yeah, you're right. He turns. So Rook dies into a zombie. That's pretty iconic. You ask me. That's.
Yeah, sure, dude.
It's better than Takio 7 AM. Let's be real.
Better.
No, I'm joking. He's high D.
High D, just deep cut reference.
Like no one. Really, yeah, it's just a deep cut reference for the sake of it. It's not like people like, oh man, remember Rook? You know, no one says that. It's just Rook. It's like, oh, that's the name. That's the name Call of Duty always gives to generic guy for like a tutorial. Yeah. Like, I think that's also a character in Zombies on the DS. Zombies, you know. Now let me see if I can find. Let me look at the list again that I made earlier. See if there's one. What else I missed? Porter.
I can give you one that you missed pretty hard.
What's that?
Arviina.
Okay, he was on this list. So some of these just didn't go. And for some reason the image didn't save or something. So yeah, let's go over those. Arvina. And who else did I say? There's one other. Oh, Cornelia Purnell. Okay. Cornelia Purnell would be probably C tier. It's just her existence just brings up so many questions that will never be elaborated on. I feel like I don't even know what the point was, to be honest with you. I don't know if it was like it was gonna be Purnell and it's just the same radio re-recorded, or it was like but they couldn't get the voice actor they wanted.
I don't know.
I don't know. I wish it was explained. I think in the I might be misremembering, but I think on the leaked documents it said like the radio was gonna be Purnell, like the original. I think I could be wrong.
Then what? Somebody stepped in and was like,
make it his sister / him as a woman or something, or if it was like, oh, we can't get the actor we wanted, we'll just change. We'll just do this.
I was always under the assumption that it was sort of like in Black Ops 1's campaign, where it's just somebody listing off the numbers or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nobody particularly important. They're just delivering a message.
Right. That's yeah. But then the timeline, it's Cornelia Purnell.
Uh-huh.
It's Cornelia Purnell. I don't know. No, it's not Cornelia Purnell.
You also didn't even.
Oh, Pavel Gorky. Yeah, poor Pavel Gorky. Oh, and sure. Okay, yeah. So
he's not your goat.
wait, what the fuck?
Pavel Gorky is not your goat.
Oh my fuck! It's pissed me off. All right, I'm gonna adjust this template later. Let me just put who is missing. Schuster, Pavel Gorky, Cornelia Purnell, Arviuna, Smokey and John Bennett. Smokey fucking John Banana. Paxton Gunner Ridge. General Lem Cool.
For Smokey, for his picture, use the Richtofen head from the cut meat game mode.
Why?
Because
his head, his severed head was eating.
Yeah, he's eating John Banana.
Okay. Fair man. And Oppenheimer.
You don't like my deep cuts?
No, I do. I was actually considering making the head a character. That's ripped off in the zombie head. Yeah, I think that's it from the list that I made earlier. That was not included. For whatever reason. No, I swear I made these. The images must have not put them. Oh. Yeah, I found the folder that I didn't drag into the. Oh yeah, so I think I can add them in now.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, here we go.
It's your template cover photo.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking Henry Langham Maxis, man.
There we go. All right. Schuster, obviously. Now, Schuster, I'm going to say S and not Ascended, because I don't think he necessarily is important enough to the end game, but I love him. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Yeah, so easy S tier. He's like my favorite zombies character. Like, non main character. Easily. It's just like he's into science. He's just following along with Richtofen's scheme because he's just like, it's a job, man. I want to just do my work. I want to do great things, and he just keeps getting jerked around, and then he ends up at the Americans, and they do the exact same thing. And he's like, you guys are gonna do the exact same thing. You're gonna piss off Samantha. They're gonna kill you all, and they don't listen. They laugh at him. Well, look at them now. So yeah, easy S tier. Arvina. I find his arc kind of funny. I like that he's a spy, and Richtofen's like, I know you're the spy, but I'm not gonna do anything about it. I'm just gonna keep accusing you of being a spy. But
Yeah, no, he
Yina's
just-
not even
he just
doing
keeps-
anything.
He just keeps talking shit.
He's like, you're sabotaging me because you're a spy, but he's not doing anything. That's pretty.
His presence is bothering you.
So the fact that he was just like, he's a spy in Group 935, and then he's like,
He
has the chance to go home. yeah, he has the chance to go home, but he's like, no, I'm gonna continue spying on the Russians for the next 20 years. He goes through the entire lifetime of the Ascension Group, beginning to end. And he's about to go home on New Year's Day, and then he probably dies. The
Probably.
Apothicon blood
He's super
escapes.
dead.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. Sad journey, but I mean, he's very dedicated to the spying game, I gotta say.
I like to believe he's one of the frozen corpses.
Yeah, probably. So yeah, I'm gonna say high A tier for sure.
All right.
Well, yeah, not S tier. S tier.
Okay.
Hey,
I don't want to talk about this.
you probably put him in F. I'm gonna guess.
Dude, Pavel Gorky deserves his own tier of abysmal dog shit. I fucking hate this dude's existence so much.
He's like he's like a cousin of Lev Kravchenko in
Yeah,
campaign.
he's like a second cousin of Kravchenko.
He was the leader of a group that went to Darius and they massacred some
He wasn't
scientists.
even a leader. He's just known.
Oh, he
as
was
a
just there.
dude who
He was a guy
there.
that was there, yeah. And they used his name for like a shell company in the US or something. That was like,
Wait, what?
well, yeah, I think the original reason he's even mentioned is because they used his name is like what's registered for like a shell company for making Nova 6 and the fucking
okay.
the sleeper agents. Like that's why they even bring it up.
All right.
So yeah, I love the terminal. I think they could do something interesting with the massacre. They don't
Gorky
really.
Isn't even He's not even in the terminal. He's in the intel for WMD.
You're right. You're right. Oh right. Wait. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. I love the intel also. I'm gonna put him. Oh my god.
Do
Put him.
not.
I'm gonna put him above the flesh.
No way.
No, I'm just yeah, okay.
You're fucking crazy.
Above D King.
What?
I'm
Dude.
sorry, man.
Dude, you're putting Pavel Gorky in the same fucking position as the Warden, the Vril Sphere, the Flesh.
I'm not that into the Warden. I'll be honest. Okay, but
Like,
no, but it's below Nova Crawler. You're right.
I still think this is a bit insane. Like, dude,
Oh.
that's Roebuck from the campaign.
I'm moving
we're
D
talking
King down.
about.
I'm moving D King down.
Dude. I'm
This
gonna
is,
lose it.
this is my
I'm gonna
list.
lose it.
This is my list.
Yeah, your list fucking sucks.
Cornelia Brunel. Like we talked about earlier, just it brings up so many questions, does not answer them. S tier, just kidding. Fucking. No. Below Two Angels. Two Angels are a little more interesting to talk about. It's just
They're
like
so much more interesting than Cornelia.
Cornelia is just like why?
I'm losing my mind.
Okay, wait. Alright, hold on, let me think about this here. Alright, Roebuck, move him up. Weiss can go like right here. Cornelia. Above Takip Seradans, but below one of them.
You're insane.
At this point, I'm just kind of throwing them vaguely where I think at the moment. I might think completely different tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Now Smokey, we don't know enough about Smokey compared to John Banana. So he's just a Marine at Verrucht. That's really all we know. And he's Presumably, he's just friends with John Banana, probably. But I don't think we know enough about him. But it's not like we need to. I don't know. I'll put him. He's like Rook tier.
He killed John. That's all we know.
He's Rook tier. John Banana. I love John Banana. I love that his poems are like it's just a thing about his character. He just loves writing poems and haikus, and we just have so many for some reason. He's literally writing them as he's dying.
Yeah,
it's pretty iconic. I don't know where he gets a radio to do that.
A quiet retort.
Yeah. And I just it's like J. Robert Oppenheimer and Vannevar Bush, these scientists that created a nuclear bomb. They're just so interested in this guy and him writing these poems. Like, what a weirdo.
Didn't Oppenheimer say something along the lines of like, I feel bad for this guy?
Yeah, something like that. Like, it's a shame what happened to him. I'm just imagining the version of him in the movie just like typing at his little computer. It's like he's just reading that. He's doing like the iconic
I fear this poor man John may have lost his mind in Verrucht.
He's doing this as he's reading.
This John fellow must have lost his mind. Monkeys that explode?
My God.
Preposterous. We should discuss this over coffee.
These two were just sitting at they're geniuses. These masters of their craft at their time. And they're just talking about this guy over coffee. That's great. Yeah, John Banana, he's a quintessential Club Shitto also. Like they didn't need to elevate him to like being important to the story. Yeah. He's just like great.
He's just
easily like probably right there.
Okay, I like Paxton Ridge. Mostly because I love the idea that he has been looking for Peter's body for like decades at this point.
That's pretty funny.
He finally fucking finds his body and he's just like, well, Purnell's gonna be happy with this.
Yeah, it's because those assholes Ultimus in the iOS version buried it for some reason.
Oh my God, yeah.
Wait, no, they don't bury it. They dig it up. What was that about?
They dig up Peter's
body.
Oh,
you play as
Ridge.
Wait, I don't know how that works. Never mind. we can't move past it. Move past it. Gunner Ridge. I think he's a sellout. The fact that he survives Verrucht, that says something to me.
Yeah, no, to me, that tells me he ran away like a bitch.
Exactly. I think he was in on it. I think there's a conspiracy afoot. Oh, no. Okay, the thing with D. King. I forgot the thing with D. King. The most important thing with D. King that's so key is that in the... let me see if I can find it. In the poems that Banana writes, there's a hidden message, and Oppenheimer even points it out. It's either Oppenheimer or Bush. That there's these letters that stand out. Wait, here we go. Yeah, the first letters of the lines, DKMFK. You think it means anything?
MFK.
DK is D King. MFK is his password in the terminal. How did he know that 20 years in advance? What kind of mind-altering shit is going on in Banana's head as he's trying to survive in this asylum? What is going on?
Oh my God!
And is D King connected? That was the thing with D King that really like confused me. I really wanted to know where we're at. Who is he supposed to be? But yeah, I mean that speaks to why D King is so interesting to me, and also why John Banana's great.
Mm-hmm.
So much weird shit going on there. But yeah, Gunner Ridge. The fact that Smokey and Banana survived as long as they did, and they died, and that Dempsey got captured, but Gunner somehow got away. That says to me
Yeah, no, I think he ran away.
He
like a
betrayed
bitch.
them, or he ran away. Like, and also he's clearly friends with Purnell. Like, is he involved with? I don't know, but he's B C.
I think he's hard carried by the fact that he found Peter's body.
Yeah, yeah. There's really not that much to him. I guess there's more to him than Dr. Weiss. Yeah, I think it's a good spot for him. General Lim, cool. He just like a nothing character, but his name is cool because he's named after Corky Lemcool. He's just like a general that was fighting in fucking Stalingrad and Gorod Corby. Just some random German general named after
I have
Lemcool.
genuinely no opinion on this.
I don't really either. He's better than Takeo Sarahan's.
No, he's not.
We can't
There's
keep elevating
nothing-
Taco Sarahan's. It's gone from D to C to.
Okay, but like General Lemcool has no like. There's nothing to theorize about. At the very least, with Takeo's severed fucking hands, there's something there.
You're right. I'm projecting like headcanon stuff. I shouldn't be doing that. Like Rook level. No, he's below Smokey. Yeah, good with that. And then we were talking earlier about these two and them just talking about John Bonetta.
Okay, no, genuinely, I think they belong in either the top of A tier or the bottom of S.
I agree.
Genuinely.
I agree.
Because a lot of the terminal stuff in general is super fucking cool.
Yeah, and they're also really interesting and cool in real life. I think
Yeah.
And also also tying in Majestic 12. That's so interesting. Like anything they touch is very interesting. They're the best parts of the terminal, definitely. Like just the idea of them knowing
how like all the Doris files are super duper important to the United States government. Like they're level 1 access only.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Bottom of S tier. All right, I think that's it. That is everything that I made from my list.
Let me see if I can think of anything else. I don't think I can though.
Yeah, I tried to cover pretty much everything that was. At least I would have something to say. Yeah. Anyone that watches this later has anything that I missed, or that if you vehemently disagree, you think Takeo Severed Hand should be S, let me know. Because that's a contentious one for sure. I know that one's just gonna stir up so much drama. All right, well, that was a long one. That went on a while. That was a good time.
Good time.
All right, thanks for